Conversations on effective conservation with Luis Arranz. Final recommendations and reflections.
This is the third audio and the last one on the long interview we had with Luis Arranz in Jiménez National Park, Zimbabwe on October of 2023. It provides conclusions and general advice on the importance for park directors of working in the park, staying in the park and not going away for too long, spending time with your staff, working with local authorities and neighbors. It also provides a very good example on how the park team provided aid and food and support to the local baka people, the pygmies, during the COVID lockdown. Luis here also provides good advice on management of staff, how to lead by example. It also talks about how much time it takes to create a kind of sustainable economy and sustainable local leadership in these areas that lack most basic infrastructure. We are talking about education, we are talking about health, we are talking about almost no tar roads in the country. Central African Republic is known as one of the poorest countries in the world. Finally, he stresses the huge challenge of not having the right people and candidates who have the knowledge, experience and determination to work in these remote parks in Central Africa, even where there's funding, there are the institutional arrangements, but the position is vacant for months or years. I think Luis, at the end, he wants to motivate the audience of young conservationists listening to him in Zimbabwe, that they don't need to live in places like Sanga or other of the parks where he has worked as a director in Central Africa. You don't need to live there for 20 years, but at least to spend there 7 years occupying that position and investing good time, quality time in directing good teams there. If you could kind of give them advice, like what would be your general advice? Some things I think you already say them. These are guys who are younger, they're studying, they are all working in conservation, and I think that's the most important thing. I mean, here we don't have graduated students who are thinking maybe conservation yes or not, or maybe another path. They are already working in organizations. So which will be the hard-won advice of all these years that you will pass to them, in a nutshell?
Yeah, the only thing the only thing is really to want. If you want to stay, it's possible. The small girl that you have seen in some picture is my daughter. So when I was in Garamba, I couldn't have daughter in Sakuma because it was dangerous. When I arrived to Sangasanga, I say, okay, I know that I old, but I have a small daughter. He's 10 years, and he lives there with me. And now there are another people coming. So is to have a daughter in Africa is not impossible. There are some now we have a doctor with that, but but the more important thing is the time that you work, you have to stay in the park. I repeat, if you have to I know that is difficult, but you have to say, okay, I know I cannot. If you start to go to the meeting at the end you go inside and you never will stop. You never will stop. Your life will change and you will decide. You are the director, but you cannot decide. And every day I have. In Sangasanga, I had 300 people working with me. Everybody have family. In Africa, you know the family. I am speaking about 2,000 people depending on me at any moment. They come every day with some problem. Any kind of problem, they come to ask me. One of the things, for instance, that I was surprised yesterday, we came in a plane yesterday with 4 people and the plane left alone, empty. In Sangasanga, it's just impossible. Every time that we have a plane, there are a waiting list of 40 or 50 people trying to go. Medical evacuation, have a problem. So you have to be there. If you are not there, they are not happy. The things don't go, and they are not happy. If you can bring another people with you. So you are my right hand, you are going to, but at the end, that paper will finish like you. Doing proposal, doing report, traveling, meeting, and the third, the same, because that became a huge machine. We have to say, no, my post is here, I have to stay here. Then we have to work a lot with the population and with local authorities. local authorities. They ask for everything. The prefect, the sous-prefect, the minister, every time they, Luis, I need a car, Luis, I need please, because they have nothing. In countries like where I work, I don't know, maybe in other countries different. In line, they go, you cannot give everything, but you can to give something. You can to give. Even if the donor say, no, you cannot pay per diem to a functionary of the minister. That's somebody that is in Brussels that has 400 euros the per diem every time that he go to a meeting, yes, but you cannot go. So you have to say, okay, and you have to do, okay, I'm going to see how I do, but you have to take decision. If you try to do exactly what the people say, you never will do something. Because to buy a pencil, I need to make expression de besoin. I don't know how it's in English. To say a paper telling that I need a pencil. Then I have to approve the pencil. Then I have to take 3 invoice pro forma to buy the pencil. Then I have to make a bond de command to buy the pencil. Then at the end, nothing. When the COVID, I tell you, the COVID, when the COVID started, I was in Sanga. And nobody knew what was going to happen. Okay, I put everybody, the expatriate, everybody, I sent outside, and I stayed there with the baka and the rangers. Say, okay, we are going to see what happened. But in Central African Republic, there are not one respirator, one oxygen, nothing. So we think, okay, I spoke with the baka. I told you have to go to the forest. Please don't leave the forest. You go to different camp for families, for clan, and you stay there. More than 6,000 people went to the forest. But I said, okay, we are going to give you every week food for all of you. We put food outside, you bring the food, you don't have contact with us, and you go. For 7 months, that worked very well. No one case of COVID arrived there. No one. So the problem is that we had to buy food for everybody. To buy food for 6,000 people is not easy. Don't go all the villages buying money over. At the end, we have to present the invoices. And okay, I present the invoices, but when you go to a small village and you buy $200 from Manio, you have no an invoice. You have maybe, and they ask now the people. I asking for the ID from the people that send me the everything. And since 3 years ago, I have not finished still all because I have to write why, explanation about that. If I decide to do that, don't do that. All the COVID arrived, the people die, and the people in Brussels will be happy because we have all the invoices. There are 3,000 people die, but we have all the invoices. That, like park manager, you have to decide sometime, sorry, but it's not. I think that is a risk. Sometimes it's a risk, but you have to take the risk if you want really to help and say, you cannot steal money, of course, but you have to yes. Your objective is to keep the park alive, to try to improve a little bit the people living in the park, but I cannot change everything. We have now, I had done tell, we have 2 baka already in the university in Bangui. It's the first time in this country that 2 baka, we are paying everything. I hope one is lawyer and another is something like that. Nobody want to be a biologist. It's a pity. But it's the first thing. It's something. We have 2 or 3 or 4, but we cannot change the country. Central African Republic is the poorest country in the world. In the whole the list of the United Nations, the last one, infrastructure, health, education, is Central African Republic. With our budget, we cannot change that. That is a race against the watch. Now they are destroying, and we are preserving. If in 20, 30 years, when the country change, I hope, Sanga exists, will be a good thing. If we have lost, they will be lost forever.
I mean, you've been handling teams in these parks for many years. What are the rules that you usually use? I mean, to keep them working in the best possible way that you can. I mean, what are the tricks?
It's very important that you cannot be a real friend of them. Okay. Because for them, I have a machine to make money. So if they give, Luis, please, I give a car. I need, give me. No, it's impossible. No? You cannot be a real friend of them, but you must be one of them. You cannot, before you have said you are the VIP. You can to try to don't be a VIP. You have to go to the baka, and if they have to sleep in the forest, you sleep in the forest with them. So they appreciate that. You have to go to put the collar, and you cannot say, okay, you go first, and you are going to shoot the elephant. If the elephant attack, is your problem. No, you have to go with them. If you have to, in Sangasanga, you have to go to Sang, you know that there are risks, but you cannot think, no, you go, because I am the director, I don't want to be shooted. Manuel de Merod, the director of Virunga National Park, he got 3 bullets. He's alive. The director of Upemba, he died. I have been shooted. I don't say that they can to shoot us, but it's a risk. It's a risk. In some countries, not in Sangasanga, but you have to be one of them. If you try to be, they will see all that, and if you have a problem and they consider one of them, they help you. They help you. And when there are a problem, all of them come to protect me. But if you try to be the director, I am going to eat different than you, I am going to sleep, this is not a good thing. It's not of course, I am not to live all my life in a house like that. I have my house, and I have my TV, and I watch rugby. For me, the rugby is the more important thing. Every time that I arrive at National Park, I say the first thing is this antenna, the TV, and the this TV.
Sky TV.
No, this TV is in South Africa for the rugby. But it's my only vice. No, this is not. But you have to. But there are the final of the Football World Cup. They have no TV, okay? All of them come to my house. I put the TV outside, and everybody things like that make the people enjoy a little bit the life. The life of the people is very hard. The life of the people is very hard.
That's very
because
useful. Yes.
I go to the forest, I spend 3 days under the rain. But I arrive to my house, I take a shower, hot water, I eat. They continue all the life. You have to think about that. You have to implicate little the people. I repeat, now we have our budget is about 4 million, 4 million and a half euros per year. 1 million came from tourists already in a country where if you want to go there, everybody will tell you, don't go, please don't go, because you never will come back. We are 1 million. If the situation change a little bit, maybe we can arrive to have the 4 million from the tourists, and with that money is enough to manage the park. I repeat, we are not to change the life of the country. We cannot change the country. The country has no 1 kilometer of asfaltado. Or a road.
Tar road.
1 kilometer. Have nothing. So we can do nothing for that. We can prove the people that live in there that is better for them to have an elephant life, that an elephant life is better than an elephant die. Because an elephant living an elephant life, there are one tourist that make the picture that gives you some money. Another. If you kill the elephant, you are going to sell the ivory, you are going to get the money and finish. In 10 years, or in 5 years, or 2 years, no one elephant. In the rest, I have seen the picture of the Central African Republic. In the north of Central Africa, the Park Manobos, Bunda, San Flori, there were thousands of elephants. Now, no one elephant. No one. They make, I survived 2 years ago, they didn't find 1 elephant. I think that there are some elephants in Chinco, in the other part that is managed by African Park, and in Central African Republic, in Sangasanga, no more. If they finish with that, in Sandia, no more elephant at all. So, and you have to prove, you have to tell, and you have to take more time with the population than with for me, the only important thing, people, is the population and the donor. The population because I need them, and the donors because I need them. All the organization, I receive, 200 email every day. 200 email every day. Luis, we are from there, please. I cannot, because 200 email every day, 2 minutes every email we are receiving all the day, all the day. I can do nothing more. So I need to spend my time with the population and with the donor because it's necessary. Of course, if the authority asks me, yes, but I have to forget all the rest of the world because I cannot. It's impossible. They have 24 hours and it's all.
So then how do you inspire those local communities so that in the future you don't need to think about?
I repeat now before we have cars for the tourists to go, because even if we have to go to watching the gorillas, to go to the Camp Gorilla, we need a car. Now the people in Payanga have created cooperative, they have both car and they rent the car to the tourists. Now the people are renting houses for sleep to the tourists. The people make artisanal for the tourists, handkerchief. The people, we had guys from every time that the tourists come, we send one of our guys, but always two of the people from the village, like guy, and the people so the people see that little. We cannot change in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years. I hope that in some time will change. Things are changing, but slowly. Now I am 67 years. I am in Sangasanga since 7 years ago. I wanted to next year I want to start to live little because I have another guy, Steph, and live. Steph has gone, and I have to stay at least 3 or 4 years more. But in Salonga, for 4 years, they have tried to find somebody for Salonga for 4 years, and then the donors say we stop. Now they propose me, Luis, you can go at least provisionally. I am going to a couple of months. I am already 2 years there, 1 year and a half. Now we have 50 million euros from several donors for Salonga. If I leave and nobody comes, they are going to cut so the problem is that people doesn't want to stay, doesn't want to be. I don't want that you have to live to 40 years in Salonga, but at least 7 or 8 years.